Hello guys, welcome back to another deck profile in the channel. Sorry there was no short on the Tuesday just gone. We had QCon last weekend, so there was no locals and stuff. I was judging there, so there was no short to give you for that. But we're here with another deck profile. I know it's been a lot of me recently. Hopefully we'll get some more deck profiles from some of my friends and stuff on the channel soon. If not, I'm going to have to start maybe dipping into my card fight, my Yu-Gi-Oh, or even maybe my Magic decks and stuff. Some other card games to play, as I'm starting to run out what decks I can actually update the deck profiles of, for others that aren't just, here's the same thing with one card difference, or it's been like this was deck profile was so relevant that it doesn't really need updated. But today I have Agubond for you all, a little passion project of mine, something I've really enjoyed playing. I was building this up towards the Ancient Greymon stuff. However, the promo Unigon hit, so I was like, right, I'm just going to continue with what I've been doing. So, with that being said, let's show you the deck profile, shall we? Down with our eggs, we're playing 4 BT14 Coromons. Just for the draw power, when a card leaves our opponent's security, we'll draw a card. Overall helps very nicely. It's a Coromon, which obviously means we get a lot of effects in the deck. It's also red, one of the as in draw power. Everything we kind of need it to be. On to our level 3s, or should I say, on to the Agumons. This is Agubond. So we're playing 4 BT12 Agumons as a way to help find the tie. Tie is very important in the deck, so we want to see it, such as 4, and can grab us a few other pieces, but mostly just there to help find tie. 1000 DP and Heritable does go. Continue that search power on. We're playing 2 EX8 Agumons. So with this card we can grab a Greymon still. It's our primary other card we want to grab, but we can also grab just another Agumon as well, if need be. So it's not too bad. Plus 2000 Heritable is also very nice as well. Next, for that free Digivolution, if we have a tie, we're playing 4 BT14 Agumons. Just raise it up. If we have a tie, Digimon for a Greymon for 0 and get some plays going. It's overall very nice. You could maybe cut this down. 2000 Heritable for as well does come up, especially with how I can play in the deck. One of the things I would love to try and do with this deck is get an Agumon of every colour put into it, and like literally just purely Agumon and not virus. It has to be like Agumon, it has to be the vaccine version. I would just love to do that for the funny memes of it, just to have every colour in the deck for Agumon. It was that idea that led me to our next rookie of the EX4 Agumon. Starter main, if we have a red or yellow Tamer, we gain a memory. Essentially kind of reducing our Digivolution cost by 1. Found it as I was like, this could be very nice. It's also got the black text box, the Digivolve over Coromon, comes up with the Greymons. And then inheritable, if one of our other yellow Tamers becomes suspended, we can draw a card. This is possible with how we've built the deck as well, just give it extra bit of draw power. Continuing the theme of 2 ofs, the next Agumon is 2 of the BT17 one. This will probably get replaced with the BT22 one, just the on-play to do the exact same thing. We get to grab one of our Greymons in name from the trash back to our hand at the start of main with this guy. Now it's nice, it's something to do on the back, raise, then get the start main going. Sometimes you just kind of maybe want to hard play it though, but then you don't get the start main, which is where, I believe if I remember correctly, I think the BT22 one is on play and start main, so it kind of fits the both thing, or it might just be on play. So it might just be 1-on-1, I don't know, I'd have to say it out, but right now, that's what we're playing with.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, that way you never miss a thing.
On to our level 4s now, so there's going to be a lot. We've got a lot of rookies as you've seen. We're playing 2 BT12 Greymons just to get those types played down. You'd probably think you'd maybe want to run this as a 4 of, just get ties down, but honestly there's so many other Greymons options that space is the thing. When it comes to those Greymons, we're playing 3 of the promo Greymon. So if we have the Agumon in our sources, we get +1 security attack. So I was playing this as a 4 of. I eventually cut 1 down to make room for the BT12, and I cut down another card for the other BT12 just to put them in the deck, kind of give a bit more variety in our plays. The only downside about this card is it doesn't have the black text box to digivolve over an Agumon. So we do play the BT17 Greymon. So you can't do the kind of loop of Greymon, Agumon with this guy. Like, this is typically the Greymon you're ending on. And at that point, you're like on really big DP numbers. Like, okay, I'm now at like 20,000 DP. Because I've just looped that many Greymons, swing for 2 checks. There are times where you want to be a little bit aggressive in the early game with this guy. And sometimes it does pay off, because it's like a nice, easy 7k swing with inheritables sometimes. Next, we mentioned it before, we're playing 4 of the BT17 Greymons. So this guy's just nuts. We digivolve the cost to 2. We get DP increase if we have Koromon. We delete something so the same DP or less than. He gets all the names, so we can loop the Digivolution of cheap costs. Then he's got an on deletion, which is the exact same as inheritable. Of when he dies, we can hatch or just play a tie out, which is very nice. Combos with our only level 5 card in the deck that we run. Overall, a very good card, very great card. I cannot see it going any less than 4. Our next level 4 of the deck is the other one I cut down to make room for BT12, is 3 of the Structure Deck 15 Greymons. I was like, with the amount of ties and just Agumons, I feel like this is just a nice 4-of. If it's hitting security, I get to play something out, regardless, pretty much. I eventually decided, like, due to what I've learned with other decks, it's not always the wisest thing to maybe rely on that. So I was like, eventually I was like, you know what, I'm going to cut it down to 3. I'm going to cut down the promo Greymon down to 3 to make room for 2 BT12 Greymons, just to test them out and see how they feel. But yeah, we'll see how that, it's been feeling good so far. And then to round off, we are running 1 Burning Greymon as a hybrid. Now yes, this does not count as a Greymon in name, due to rules and stuff. He is not a Greymon, but since he has Greymon in the English text, I was like, you know what, if I'm going to play a hybrid at all, I'm going to be able to play the Burning Greymon, since like it just has a Greymon in its name for the English text, but in terms of card rulings, it's not a Greymon. It's also a nice little nod to the fact that we were trying to go to the Burning Greymon route as the Greymon route with this deck. On to our level 5s, we are running 3 of the BT14 Skull Greys. So it's got the black text box to digivolve over Greymon, so it doesn't matter if what Greymon we're in, we're going to be able to digivolve over into this Skull Grey. And then at this point, we can either use the Digivolve effect to typically delete ourselves and then delete one of their bodies, or if we maybe have another line, we delete that instead. But we don't mind deleting ourselves, because so if we have the BT17 Greymon in the sources, we Digivolve this over it, we trash, delete ourselves, delete their line, and then this has the undeletion to play on Agumon, and if we have tie, we get to give it rush. So if we don't have a tie already, we can maybe go, okay, trigger the undeletion of the BT17 Greymon, play out a tie. Trigger the undeletion of Skull Greymon, play out an Agumon. There is now a tie, so it will gain rush. To give some nice little funny shenanigan plays going. That's it for our level 5s. On to our level 6s. I'm playing 2 BT14 War Greys for the Warp Digivolution. Doesn't come up as much as you would think. It's very rarely we actually digivolve into it. If we ever want to digivolve into it, we can digivolve over the Skull Grey because it is a black text box. Also very rare we warp into it. It's a card that in playtesting you could think you could cut, but it's always nice to have as an option because it doesn't come up as much as you would think it would. But like I say, it's just nice to overall have. On to our level 7s, I'm playing 2 Agumon Bond of Bravery Aces. It is Agubond, and the amount of times we can just leave an Agumon on the field, we want to make sure the ace is threatened there, as well as this is a nice way to maybe hit for game. When we attack, if we have a Tamer, we trash Agubond's top security card, which then obviously means we can then hit for game if they only had 1 left. We delete a Digimon's got equal or less than DP than him. So it's a nice way of maybe getting rid of a body if we maybe have to warp into him using the tie or his own black text box. or if we have to ace into him as well. Go alongside that, we're playing one normal Agubond Bond of Bravery. I feel like playing this as a one-off was just a nice little option to have. When attacking, we delete an opponent's Digimon's got 13k or less DP. And just when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, we trash our opponent's top security card instead. So it's a nice little way, like you can kind of pair them together really. So if you've got this guy already on the field, Digivolve into the other bond. The other bond will then delete something. This will then trigger a trash. So like you can combine them together in that way if you need to. On to Tamers. I'm playing 4 of the BT6 tie. This is Agubond. I felt like I needed to max out on this tie. He just needs to exist on the field to do his thing. He does not need to be suspended or anything like that. Hence why we have the hybrid. So when we raise a Agumon and Greymon in name, we draw a card, gain a memory. And then we can Digivolve one of our Agumons into an Agumon Bond of Bravery by trashing the top 2 cards of our security. If we have one or more security when we do the Digivolve, during the end of our turn that line will die. So it's typically the type of thing we only ever want to do that if we really have no other options and we really need to. Most of the time it's just sitting there to kind of go, right, raise, gain a bunch of memory and draw a bunch of cards. As well as be a hybrid target. So I mentioned how we do have Tamers that suspend that are red, so we're playing 3 of the BT14 tie. So start of our main, we give one of our vaccine Digimon plus 2000 DP, which is all of our Agumons and all of our Greymons. Then when the card is moved security, we can tap this Tamer to gain a memory. So immediately it's like, okay, we're going to hit for security. Our core monitors draw. We can tap this tie, gain a memory. And then if we have the EX4 Agumon in the sources, then we're going to draw another card. So overall, it's very nice for us pushing some plays. And then to round off our Tamers, we're playing 2 BT17 tie and carries. Just the ability to bottom deck, draw a card, and play out a tie, one of our many ties, essentially. And then if we are hatching, we can gain a memory to do a play there if need to, with something we've got on board, or maybe our opponent left us at 2, we hatch, gain a memory, Digivolve in the back, and then we'll just be able to play double training, double memory boost, or something along those lines. On to our option cards, we're playing, it's very simple, we're playing 3 trainings for the ability to Digivolve for cheap, search out our Tamers, as well as have our option cards. Cost 2, very cheap. Alongside it, we're playing 2 red memory boosts. I have been liking the idea recently of playing 3 of one, 2 of the other. So we went with 3 trainings in this deck over 3 memory boosts, just because we are playing quite a few cards that aren't red. So I would like to get that very limited search going in more often than the big wide search. And then to round it all off, a singular red scramble. Mostly there to help recycle the pieces we maybe want to see that have maybe been hitting security or we've already used already, and maybe just get a Agumon on the board to threaten an ace play with if need to. So this has been my Agubond deck profile. I hope you've already enjoyed this. It's just a kind of a fun passion project of mine. It's not designed to be competitive. I've pretty much not looked at any lists. I was looking at lists back when the ancient Greymon build was going around, just because I wanted to really do the best I could with it then. But when the promo Goonie kind of got hit on the list, I decided I'm just going to kind of freeball it and see where I go, and just kind of get a feel of kind of doing a themed space deck and trying to keep in theme what I want. Overall, it's been a very fun thing to play, and I do like going back to it every now and then for our locals, or even just casual play. Especially since it kind of fixes that Greymon itch for me, like, because I haven't had the ability to play War Greymon in such a long time. And I'm hoping that EX9 will fix that for me. But, like I say, this has been Deck Profile. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next one, and until then, see you all later.